And so when it comes to finding that center, like in the middle, me being emotional is definitely a benefit because I'm passionate about helping others, helping the people around me, or try my best to. Although, yes, at times it may be viewed as unethical, I'm definitely coming from a very deep place from my heart. You know, it's like.
So how do you want to like be viewed by society? You want to be seen as passionate, right?
I don't care what society views me, as long as I know that I'm being genuine.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, it is hot in here. I'm sweating.
I'm chilling. I'm cool as a cucumber.
Wow.
That was pretty lame, bro.
No.
Okay.
So we didn't have coffee before starting this, so my alternative was tuning into two limes.
Oh, there you go.
That's usually what like wakes me up. It has that adrenaline
It
rush.
really does.
Because it's a citric fruit that just like bombards you with like a bunch of
Well,
stimulus.
I mean, a lot of people like put water and lemon in their drinks,
Mhm.
right, in the morning, just to start it off.
Say
Some people
Sprite?
just to start it off.
A Sprite.
No, I said a lemon or a
Water.
lime and water.
At least it's Sprite at some point. Okay.
No,
Sprite is very...
we don't drink sodas.
Yeah, that's what I was curious because you said that some people started off with like Sprite. No.
Well, no,
you
I
can't do that.
remember when
Back
Sprite
home.
was like, it was okay to drink it in the morning.
Okay, so okay, I have a question that came up earlier. Actually. Squirt or Sprite?
Squirt.
There's no Squirt or Sprite.
Yeah.
Why not just throw 7-Up in there too?
No. Why? Because you wouldn't drink any of them?
Well, yeah, but they all taste the same, right? No.
No, they don't. Squirt tastes the best in a can.
But you have to put ice in it for it to taste good.
I think it just needs to be really, really cold, straight from the can.
I choose neither.
I mean, obviously, but
Of course.
But if I had to choose between the three,
what three?
Do you know that red one? That red, like, grape one?
uh-huh.
That's like, that tastes kind of like wine?
The cranberry one? Well,
Is it the cranberry one?
What was it, 7-Up cranberry?
It starts with an S. And it
Y'all
looks
want
like
a
a
Sprite
wine bottle.
cranberry?
It looks
The
like a wine
LeBron James
That's
one?
what I was thinking about. LeBron James. So, is my phone somewhere over there?
No. I don't know.
Did you have a list or something?
Well, we could have just gone off of what we had last time.
Oh, okay. Well, we had a whole disagreement with like sugar, or do we agree with sugar?
I don't know.
I don't know. It went all over the place. Honestly.
I love playing devil's advocate. So sometimes we jump around left and right. But the point of the conversation was, the whole topic was on food, and what, just what food is now. Like if you start thinking about the food that us as consumers now have, an ability to choose. Like if you were to walk into a supermarket, right? And what's like usually the first thing you see?
Like,
Fruits.
yeah.
Well, when I go in, it's fruits
so,
or.
Like we'll just say, cardenas, right?
Yeah.
You need to give more info.
Okay. Walmart's very.
Okay, there you go.
What's the first thing you see in Walmart?
Well, it depends. There's two different Walmarts.
Oh.
There's the grocery one, and then there's like the retail.
The supercenter one. Okay, how about just a normal, market food place? You know, like El Super.
I think I just see like the produce, like all the vegetables and stuff, and like the fruits, and like that bucket thing.
Is that usually what they have in the front?
Yeah.
You don't see like any candies
No.
or promotional.
No.
That's
Oh,
towards
when
the
they're
end.
at the checkout, maybe.
Yeah.
So when you walk in, right? Let's say what was it? Albertsons, okay?
Mm-hmm.
When you walk in, the first thing that you see, you know, you guys are saying like vegetables and stuff, but the first thing you actually see is the promotional cookies that they have and the desserts that they have. You know, when like there's 4th of July coming up or there's Halloween, they have those
like those cookies.
those cookies
Mm-hmm.
that are made for that specific holiday, and those are like, oh, there's a holiday coming up, and you have to start getting ready for it, and that's what gets your mind rocking and rolling to say, oh, maybe I should buy this next for when Halloween comes up. And there's like a
So are you saying have an attack on holidays?
just get rid of all the
no
holidays.
more holidays.
Christmas.
I
out.
mean, Thanksgiving. Do we really want to celebrate that anymore? I honestly just want to eat the turkey at this point.
Yeah.
And just be with family, but
Yeah.
It's all
not
about
be
the mashed-
associated with.
It's all about the mashed potatoes.
You know,
Be associated with what?
with Christopher Columbus.
My boy Chris.
The Columbus.
No, I don't. Usually, like at grocery stores, I just see like what you said, but like it's usually with seafood. At least where I
Seafood?
go. Yeah.
Where do you go?
Sometimes I go to Sprout. No, actually, no, right here.
Cardenas?
Yeah.
Marianas?
Yeah, or like when they have like the specials though.
Yeah, it's usually the specials, like just sell whatever's
Yeah.
there. But they run they collected data from a bunch of different stores, and they came up with an analytics paper that represented the way that they set up the stores is to psychologically break you down into purchasing more things. So one of the main ones is like having bigger carts. When you see a progression of like what carts used to be and what they are now, and then you see a place like Costco where their carts you can literally fit 3 human bodies in.
Because I guess I need 16 jars of mayonnaise. Leave me
Or all the
alone.
toilet
Leave me
paper.
alone.
Toilet paper. And then
Well, right now with
Yeah.
coronavirus, it's like.
and what's
It's COVID.
it's COVID-19, man. And then you see, and in Costco when we went, or Sam's Club, whatever it is, sometimes it's not even just the carts that are available. It's those pulley carts.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a
Mm.
flatbed.
Yeah.
You can put a whole bunch of things on there.
Yeah. But I mean, you can buy huge things like refrigerators and beds at Costco, so you kind of need this.
That's
You
absurd.
kind of
Yeah.
need those like little trolley thingies.
And you know, when you walk into a Costco, the first thing you see is the things that they have like on
Impulse.
special, like things that are limited time.
Limited time, giving you the idea of like scarcity.
Yeah, like that. You gotta buy it now. It's gonna go away forever. But they usually come back later.
Like a later date, and it's probably cheaper.
I don't think so. It's just the same price.
Point being, there's a study done, and the main target that marketplaces want you to lose at is decision making. Because the less
Well, no, that's like business 101. Like, you want to retain as much money from that one single customer as much as you can.
And so the best way to do that is by deteriorating at their consciousness of being able to make decisions. So when you walk in, you're thinking about, oh, okay, this is what I need to buy, right?
Mhm.
And then when you get to what you want to buy, hypothetically, let's say it's let's say it's pasta. No. Ragu, that the tomato sauce.
Yeah.
You get to the shelf, okay? And let's say that's priority number 1 because you're gonna make pasta. You're gonna have people over. When you get there, at eye level, it's medium, average costing sauces, and then right then and there, you're not just left with like average costing sauces. You're left with a variety of different sauces. You're left with, oh, this is non-GMO. This is vegan. This is kosher. This is, you're left up with all these different options. And at this point, you're fatigued in decision making because you have to do that with everything. You gotta do that with your milk. Oh, what do you want? 2%? You want almond milk? You want skim milk? Oh, okay. Oh, you want sausages? Oh, here's some vegan options. It's healthier. It's better for you. It's vegan, non-GMO. So you're just like consistently being pounded into having to make decisions. And at some point, you're just like, I'll just get whatever's expensive because that's usually what's better for me.
That's one good. That's one mindset of things.
But then there's also like the. But if you get two, you get the other one like half off.
Half off.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like not even what's better for you. The other alternative is, can I get more? If I can get more and make it a deal, then that's what's gonna make me feel like a smart buyer. But you already felt by the time you get there.
You know what's also scattered all around the place? It's like the bags of chips. Just they have like the displays all over the place.
You have like a little bag of chips.
Somebody has an addiction. I also have a chip addiction.
I hate chips so much. I don't. I try really hard to tell myself that I just don't like chips. But sometimes I'll give in. It's like a single chip, and then that's it. That's it.
That's good. No, that's good to be that disciplined.
But it's just like an
tempting.
easy snack.
Yeah.
You know? And there's just
like,
so much of it.
We've talked about this before where, like, fast food, they make millions right now because it's easier to, just drive by, pick up $3 worth of food, and leave, right?
But now they're starting to be this craze of, like, oh, there's options. There's healthier options out there. You want to be healthy? Oh, here's chicken. Oh, but that's going to be an extra 30 cents. Is that okay? Yeah. Oh, you want guacamole? That's an extra 20 cents.
Yeah.
Just giving you these, like, this illusion of healthier options that are just more expensive. And they can do that because...
That sounds like Chipotle, though.
It's definitely Chipotle. Oh, another thing with the supermarket. At the edge of the stores, at the edge of each aisle, there's usually one item, right? There's usually a couple items. Those are hot spots.
They're called end caps.
They're called end caps, and they are what these stores are able to sell to these bigger companies to say, okay, put my product there. And the reason being is that people are consistently passing by them. It's right in the middle of the entire area. Like, that's where everybody's walking by. Not everybody's going down the aisle, but where they are going are near the end caps. And so these businesses want those end caps. And so if you ever see, you'll never see like a low brand item there, because the low brand items get bought out by bigger brands like Coca-Cola. I was about to say Nike. Like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Doritos, just like branded names, because they buy that competition out.
Yeah, that's true. It's just kind of like
it's how the economy works.
Yeah, but I'm not sure how much of like a monopoly brands have, but
I think they're like Disney really does have a monopoly.
Yeah.
A monopoly.
Monopoly.
And then who else? Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Google.
Amazon for sure.
Facebook.
Oh, Google.
I wouldn't say Google.
Okay, Google and Alphabet. Alphabet's the only.
But it's true. Like only like 15 companies actually are the largest companies, and then they just have other smaller companies underneath them.
Like Alphabet. Yeah.
But you know what's also kind of good though is that like for the lower grade food, sometimes it's just like the same thing as a more expensive food, but just because it doesn't have the same name, it's cheaper, but it's basically the same product too.
It really is.
So if you guys were to
like the baking soda. Baking soda is just baking soda.
Oh yeah.
If you were to walk into the store and go straight to the egg aisle, this is like number one. You'll see like your normal cheap carton of eggs.
But isn't it insane that they sell healthy for more expensive?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
So here's the reason. I watched a documentary. It's called I don't know, but he was the same guy who did Super Size Me, and he found that he went into like the chicken industry. So getting back to the eggs, to chickens, when you go and you look at their cheapest egg products, right? It's a carton of eggs, and it's like very disproportionate, but like buy 2 for $6. Am I in the ballpark?
I have no idea.
Okay.
like two
cartons?
Dozens?
Two dozens for $8. Okay. And then you have the other option, the healthier options, where it's like I can visualize it has at the very top cage free, non-GMO, natural eggs, and it's see-through, and the eggs look brown.
Yeah.
Those eggs have no different nutritional value than the eggs in the other container. The white and the brown eggs are completely the same.
Don't they also
and
have,
they're
like,
using plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't they also like stamp it?
Yeah, but styrofoam is worse. You can recycle plastic.
No, what about the brown?
That's how they get
the brown one is. The brown ones aren't good.
It doesn't matter.
The casing in them.
They're both the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, you're not gonna.
I
Get
thought
a
it was
brown
like
egg.
natural kind of thing. No, the casing around the eggs.
The eggshell?
No.
Or the actual
The
like.
actual
The
packaging.
actual packaging, yeah.
No, yeah. There's a carton and then there's a plastic pack.
And then there's also styrofoam.
There's styrofoam. I haven't seen that
No, not the styrofoam one though.
You're
Like the
talking about the cardboard one?
yeah.
Oh.
Wouldn't you say that one would be your best bet?
Well, that's if you care about your plant.
I care about the earth.
Because I mean, they're like you said, they're all the same. But the thing that's not the same is the size of the egg. Because there's also like XL or like
Extra large,
Yeah.
medium, yeah. But when you go in and you look at frozen food in comparison to, the groceries that you buy, the frozen food and the normal vegetables and fruit that you buy are the same in nutrition too. The only difference, again, don't quote me on this, but I think it has something to do with the frozen food having some type of preservative set to them. But to what effect preservatives have on your body, and how massive an effect it could have, I'm pretty sure it's not as detrimental as people think. Because the same way that we're able to consume arsenic, again, don't do this.
What?
You're able to consume arsenic at a very small amount, but it depends on how much you take that will lethally injure you. The same thing with coffee and the same thing with salt. If you take it in mass proportions, you could potentially die. So it's all about proportions and understanding that not everything is as highly regarded or viewed as quality just because of the way it's advertised.
Yeah. But then there's also the mentality of, oh, it's more expensive, so I must get it because it's better than the cheap one.
Yeah, and that truly is the idea. Because if they build a brand behind it and they say, oh, if you buy this, we're helping somebody out there, and you have an organization like Nike promoting, you buy one pair of shoe and we'll give another pair of shoe, and someone in a third world country, it's like, so you're telling me that this shoe, the material of the shoe is 30 cents to buy and manufacture. I won't say 30 cents, maybe like $6 to buy and manufacture, and wherever they're making it, China.
That's exactly what I thought about.
Where they're taking these shoes, they're manufacturing them in China and then sending them over here, where they're like $60, $70 to $100. But you're telling me that you're gonna give somebody else a $6 pair of shoes, and I'm gonna be paying $60. Where's the rest of that money going? If you want to put yourself on this pedestal of being viewed as generous, the sheer disparity in between the two is it's severe, and it exists. So that's why I don't really respect Nike for that reason. With their ties in China.
I don't know. I think a lot of companies have their own issues. I just wish they paid their own taxes. And brought back, jobs to the U.S.
Jobs. We
Vote,
gotta bring them back.
Carla 2024.
How you like 25,
There's
3,
an H
24?
It doesn't matter.
You're somewhere
Age
there.
is just a number.
No.
Wait a minute.
That's the people in California.
Whoa, wait a minute. I would like to retract that.
What do you mean by the? What do you think about the taxes? Taxes. Big companies not paying taxes.
Yeah, they're making so much fucking money not getting taxed.
Whoa,
on it.
buddy, you can't say the F word. Now we gotta bleep that out. Thanks, Brian. This is gonna be
You're
a
welcome.
PG-13 podcast.
Okay,
You're
so
welcome.
you have Amazon, right? Who's shipping and delivering all this stuff from China,
China.
right?
Sometimes.
China.
Sometimes.
Because they have
Is
it in
this-
the warehouse.
Is Amazon delivering U.S. made products?
Yes.
All of them? Majority of them? Minority of them?
Well,
who would know, right? I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
well, it's the thing is now that we have hyper technological advancements, us common people.
No, but what I'm saying is, like, if they're delivering all this stuff, why can't they manufacture it here as well?
Okay, so the reason that jobs here aren't as existing here in comparison to China, manufacturing jobs in particular, is simply because of the low wages and the low rate of payment a company has to do to the people over there in China.
They can kind of like get away.
It's just cheaper, right? It's just cheaper to do it. Yeah. That's cheaper. What it is.
Yeah, and so when you have cheap labor in China, people are going to want to move their business over there. And the thing, getting back to the hyper technology, like advancement, you have common people being able to come into contact with China, so they want to move their production to China because it's cheaper and they can make a bigger bang for their buck. So that's why this idea of hyper globalization, with like every country being connected, intertwined, with production, GDP, or business, they're able to grow significantly with a force like China, who offers these cheaper alternatives because of the inhuman.
How many people they have and stuff, like in poverty and stuff. So they just need these jobs, but it's unethical how they treat them over there.
Yeah, it's extremely unethical. When you have a country that suppresses the freedom of speech of a bunch of people, and anybody who speaks up, it's like,
damn, dude, you really don't like China.
I'm gonna make that clear.
We're like, yeah, let's not talk about anything
too
controversial.
But the thing is,
China.
I wouldn't say that China is too controversial, simply because both conservative and democratic have come into agreement that China is starting to become an issue for the world.
Is it because their GDP is growing?
No. It's because of their interference with a lot of different countries' establishments, a lot of countries' functionality and independence. When you have countries in Africa that get into severe debt by China.
It's always gonna be there.
When you have China interfering with African countries because China, we'll take for instance, I believe it's Kenya. I don't, if fact check me, however, but I'm gonna say Kenya for just an example to have a name place, because I don't want to keep saying African country. So Kenya decides to allow China to come into their country and build a bunch of infrastructure, schools, roads, hospitals, offices, buildings, housing, all that. It all sounds good. And Kenya's like, oh, thanks, China. We really appreciate this. And China's like, how are you going to pay us? And Kenya's like, this ain't free? And so China's like, hey, it's okay. We'll just... You borrowed the money, right? You borrowed the money.
Put a fuck ton of interest in that bitch.
Now we'll consider it as debt. Oh, and there's interest on top. Oh, that's fine. Okay, cool. We can't pay the debt. We can't pay this interest. China comes in. That's all right. Just give us a piece of your land. Whatever we want on the land. You don't have to worry about it. And so this piece of land is near the ocean. Near the ocean, they're able to build harbors. And they can do whatever they want in those harbors. And so now we have a place like the China Sea, being a dominant. China's like very prevalent in that area. And so if anybody wants to speak up, it's hard. So you have like countries near the Philippines, Taiwan in particular, they are overwhelmed with all these harbors that are in that area. And then like the amount of resources that they're able to move because of these harbors, it's China's scary. But what do you think about it?
the say, for example, you said, does Kenya know that they're gonna be charged, like in a way? Like,
no, they don't.
They don't.
So imagine
See, I wouldn't believe China just giving stuff away. Like, they should have known. It's like, hey,
No, I'm pretty
like,
sure
there was, strings attached.
Okay, yeah. It's 100%. But the same way that a poor individual here in America is on hard times and they need to take out
like a shark loan.
A shark loan, predator 1 type shark loan, where they'll continuously go down your throat just to get you this loan, and you know that they can't pay the loan off.
Mm-hmm.
But they need that loan to survive. They need that money, and so that's what some of these countries are put into. Maybe not like to the well, yeah, it's to the extreme, because the people are literally dying because they don't have the infrastructure, schools, and education, and so when you have a hand like that out there, it's like you gotta try. And
honestly, I see all countries not as good, but not as bad. Like Russia, bad.
What? Oh, I don't really know much about Russia.
China, bad.
China, bad.
USA,
pretty good.
Woo!
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
they've had their own share.
We can have a debate on that.
I mean, we're all kind of split, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that gives a good opportunity. Just
and it's history. Like, everybody has their history, but whatever's happening right now is insane. Like, the apocalypse is coming.
It feels like it. Like, the way that social media is describing everything that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, there's wildfires. Oh, there's a tornado.
Okay, well, it was 2 hurricanes, right? 2 hurricanes before. Then it was, like, 14 fires. 20 plus, I would say.
Wait, didn't we have I think we had a fire earlier this year, February.
Oh, Australia.
Was
the
there?
Australian
Yeah,
fire.
the Australian fire.
Yeah. That was just like a premonition.
So here's okay. I'm not gonna.
And now there's another hurricane coming.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what's the name of it?
But right now, all we get is like a nice breeze.
We got a nice breeze.
We get a little bit of smoke.
Oh, we get some smoke.
Smell here and there.
Nice breeze.
You
it's
know,
like smoking 12 packs.
It's
of
just like
cigarette a
F
day.
my lungs, right?
I think we're supposed to get more wind Friday, because remember how it was super smoky, and we had wind, and it was just like it went all the way. It was like we had super smoky morning, and then like by the afternoon, it was just all gone. And everything was clear. So hopefully we can get that wind again this Friday and go away. All the smoke.
So
the world's dying, and we're just like, hey, it's okay.
we can focus.
This is fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's a healthy mentality to have, because if we start caring so much about what's happening all over the world, oh my god, we're gonna start becoming more stressed. But what's important is to impact the people around us and the community that we live in. So just like focusing on our own thing. But if we could help, on climate change, then we'll do it on our scale instead of going out and doing illegal things like stealing people's chickens and pigs and then not really know what to do with them. Yeah, so there's an actual movement. I forgot what it's called.
PETA?
No, it wasn't PETA. It was an extreme version of PETA where they had a bunch of people. They did a bunch of protests, and then a mass crowd of them went to a farmer's farm, his farm, where he has like these penthouses, not penthouses, like these
the coops,
the chicken, a bunch of them, right? And they all just went in there and just took a chicken.
What?
You're stealing property, and that's how extreme they went. The head, like the guy at the very top who is running this organization, is an attorney, or I think a lawyer of some sort, who pretty much organized these, I would say, I don't know what you'd call them. This
robbery.
This mass robbery of what is robbery? Burglary?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it's
either one of those.
It's burglary, because you can't rob a house. So.
Yeah.
And they knew who did it.
Yeah, so they found the guy, the head who's been like doing organizing things. They caught him, and I may not, agree with what he was saying, because I freaking love meat. Kill a chicken, roast them. But the way that he, at the very top, he didn't cave in and start crying. He took it as a man. He went up and said, "Yes, this is what I believe in, and this is what this is what I believe is right. Like here in America, like, it's not super extreme. I mean, taking people as animals.
The farmer said that?
No, the guy at the very top doing this like extreme group, condoning the idea of stealing people's property. And so he stood up there and he's being prosecuted to go to prison for the rest of his life, and he's still like strong with his beliefs, and that's something I can respect. If there's something out there that you believe in and you believe is right, but you have information that can back it up, then go for it. But when you start interfering with other people's rights to be free and to do things, it's definitely an issue. But I can respect if you own up to it, to be like an actual man.
To actually like go for it, like not back down. Like if you believe in it, believe in it. Go full send.
Yeah.
In a way.
But you also have to deal with the repercussions and the consequences that come with it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a coward or a crybaby and just cry in when things start getting bad, it's not a good trait to have. Make that into a power speech. You better feel empowered.
Very.
So what crazy stories have you heard or have like read into?
Well, I mean, you talking about the farm incident, I guess.
Yeah.
I remember this video that I saw that these people were going into like this slaughterhouse, and they were putting their heads in this like machine, and I don't know why they would do that, but one of them got their head stuck in it, and if that machine would have kept going, they definitely would have died.
Really?
Yeah. So like, they just kept. Like, I mean, I guess that's like respect that you would put yourself in like that machine, I guess, because you're like actually.
Damn.
Like
that adrenaline rush. You're just like, I'm gonna like die. Haha, it's funny.
Yeah, but also
like shit, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, but that's. But I don't
just
think
put a honking noise on there.
Just make it a different sound every time.
Exactly.
But I don't think they should have done that, because then that's kind of I don't know, for that owner of that place, be bad, because someone would have died there. But there's also a lot of I think it was chickens too. So chickens that die there every day.
So there's a bunch of chickens that die, and sorry, I was trying to look something up, but I was paying attention. I'm sorry in advance. I don't want you to repeat yourself, but if you can,
just watch the video.
Yeah, just
there you go.
Just gonna edit this whole part out.
Okay, so long story short, someone put their head in like a machine, and they got their head stuck, and they couldn't get their head out, and if the machine would have kept going, it would have killed them.
So they didn't want to stop the machine?
They did.
But why did they?
What do you mean?
Why did he put his head in there?
I guess show like, I guess it was because they were like the people who are like, well, you said, the people who like want to go out there and I guess protect the animals from being slaughtered and stuff. So they stuck. So
he was willing to put his life at risk to save a couple chickens.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
I can understand that, but what?
Well,
animals are sacred in some places, right?
Yeah, like India.
In some places, right? But here in America, it's like...
Yeah, but I'd rather...
It's like his reaction, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'd rather...
It's like, what? It's a chicken!
But I think that was here.
It was here?
Yeah, I think it was here.
Okay, that's a fair point. Animals are valued. However, I value human life more. If that person was willing to sacrifice himself for a couple of chickens, I would choose the man every time. I don't care about those chickens. What they do for me?
They just shit on me. Oh.
Okay, so if you're given an option, have a gun, kill the chicken or kill the man, and this man is he's the murderer. He killed
3 chickens.
He killed 3 chickens. No, he killed I don't know. I can't think of anything. I don't want him to kill anybody.
But anyways,
this got dark.
This guy put his head in there, right? Because he wanted.
He didn't die, right?
No, he didn't. They got him out.
Okay, good.
But you can tell he was really freaking out because he couldn't get his head out of the machine.
And at some point, it's if you're willing to risk your life for a couple of chickens, that person probably has some type of mental issues, right? Like.
But it wasn't just him; it was a bunch of people. But he happened to be like towards the end of the machine.
So he was more like a cult leader.
Him? No, it was just a group.
It's like drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
Yeah, I guess like once. I'm not sure.
If you were to break it down.
But I don't think he was the first one to attach his head to that machine. Like as soon as one person, I guess in a way they knew what that machine was, and they all just kind of went towards it and like started sticking their heads in.
Oh, dude, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to convince a bunch of other people to kill themselves for your chickens. Again, if you're gonna fight for something, fight for it. But you shouldn't be risking other people's lives. Once you start doing that, that's where I draw the line.
But here's consenting adults, right?
Yeah. But here's the thing. I don't think they knew that it was gonna get that bad. I don't think they actually expected their heads to actually.
So what you said, if they're a bunch of consenting adults, to them it may seem as consenting, but that's exactly what a cult does. Is they make it seem like what you're doing is something that you want, but it's just a bunch of small psychological hints at your consciousness to tell you this is what you want. It's like death.
But that's in anything though. It's
like a death by 1,000 cuts. It's like just little cuts here and there, little slither. You don't want like a big cut.
In anything.
Explain. What do you mean by that?
They learn what you want, right? Or they pick at your fears. Right? So say like the military, right? They expect you. They want you to die for this country.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, they don't want you to die. They want you to protect and serve.
You are. Like, if they need you to, you would go. Right?
But the end goal isn't to die. The end goal is to protect and serve and to bring prosperity to different countries and to our country.
Okay, but in any military...
But I don't think that's what a lot of people... Well, I wouldn't say a lot of people. I feel like... I'm not sure what I would, cut, the percentages, but there's a lot of people who don't go there just
and a lot of people who join them, not the military, but, I don't want to say a certain branch or anything like that. Is because either they need the money or they right or they need the money or they just don't have anything else to do,
or
right?
They need to pay for college or they need programs to help them out.
So this is mostly for the poor. Not
mostly because there's a lot of people
because there's a lot of people who find pride in this, right? They find pride in this. My mom, my dad is military, or my great grandfather fought in this war. It's like America.
It's patriotic. The thing is, I'm definitely a believer in the whole idea, and that's why I want to join the reserves, and that's something that I want to do. It did take me a while to pinpoint and to choose what I wanted to legitimately do, and so I am an advocate for the military because I've seen people who've gone in and come out and have had a massive influence on me personally, and these are amazing people. And when you join into the military, it is this idea of selflessness. You are willing to give up your rights and your freedoms to be a part of something in protecting your country and protecting the innocent, because this world is cruel and wicked, but it only punishes the weak. And there are a lot of people that give into fear and hatred, and they do very bad things. And so I believe that the military and that whole aspect it's a powerful force that does a lot of good. But just like with everything else, not everything is black and white. There are definitely some gray parts in which not everything is always good and not everything is always bad. But I think if you were to look at the majority, I believe it does a lot of good. I cold-heartedly believe that does a lot of good.
There's a lot of discipline. There's a lot of experience that you cannot get anywhere else.
And that's it definitely builds character, and it makes people humble. And again, I've met countless people.
And so they go into these groups and they are welcomed, right? They are welcomed with hey, this is I can be your future, right?
What do you mean?
Like, if you see I don't know, you join the SEALs or whatever.
That'd be...
And you see your senior VP or something, you're like, wow, I could be that one day. Right? Like, most people, like, they want to climb that ladder, right? Or, like, in a career or something. And like so these people who join, like, these organizations to save animals, they also have that same belief.
I guess I've never thought about it like that.
And they join these people, and they're people who are positive about this. Like, the only thing they talk about is this. They don't talk about anything else besides this.
It's like a career. You know, exactly. You have to focus a lot on this thing. And
so they're passionate enough to do that.
But sometimes I don't think it's about climbing the ranks. Well, and what I see is the people who move up believe in helping their comrades. Mm-hmm. Like, putting their comrades first, putting the needs and what needs to be prioritized within any group. So when we started up this podcast, you know, I prioritized just starting it. Mm-hmm. Like, I didn't care, you know, what it took. I wanted to start it because once we get something started, the ball starts moving. Like that, Nicholas car that was pushed down the hill.
Oh, yeah. They didn't care if it worked or not. Just make it seem like it worked and just throw it down the hill.
What?
We'll get into that, but do you have anything on that?
I think, well, are we ending the podcast? Is that what you're doing?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we had this conversation too where you are not just one person, right? You are two people. You are human you and societal you, right?
Yeah.
And so I told Lalo, I was like, you live like a human. Mm-hmm. And then you're society second.
Yeah. Which at first when I heard it, I was like, I'm human?
He's like, can I be a dragon?
I asked, like, what are the other options? Can I be a mule? Well, yeah.
Right. And so, like, when you guys were both driving, I was like, this is not appropriate.
I'm not going to cut that out.
But you're going to cut it out?
I can't say that I drive bad.
Off the records.
Off the records.
We were in Mexico. Okay.
This we were last year. We were on dirt bikes.
They were just you guys were just, like, living the moment, right? And yeah. You were just yelling at each other. Driving next to each other and stuff like that.
We're just cursing each other out. Middle finger here, middle finger there.
Like, two cars behind me and you're over here yelling.
Go get your mic. Go get your mic.
Carla saw you driving, and she's like, "Did he forget that he has to go get his mic?" And I'm like, "He's not turning right. I'm pretty sure he is." So I yelled out. I was like, "Hey, go get your mic!" And you looked back. Huh? That's exactly the same way I heard it, without actually hearing it.
And you just see his blinker turn, and then he goes
on. But getting back to you're human in, like, society. Well,
and so those people who put others before them live for society.
Live for society.
But you can also be both.
Yeah,
right. You can also be both at the same time.
Yeah, because you kind of have to be like a member of society. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like, just gotta make everything move.
You can't just disappear and move to Guatemala.
Guantanamo Bay. Oh.
I mean.
Sorry, no.
You probably could. Not there. No, I don't want to go there.
When you said Guada, I was like Guantanamo.
Guatemala.
Well, so, I think when you said that to me,
you really took a second to think about it, though.
I did, because I'm consistently thinking about how can I better myself as an individual. And again, I'm always flawed. And I understand that I'm very flawed. But the best next thing that I could do is to own up to my flaws. To find legitimate criticism, take it, and run with it. And I'm definitely.
But it wasn't a criticism.
I know.
Because some of us, like, enjoy that. Like, wow, you are living in the moment.
And again, with everything that has to do with what you are or what you want to be. Like, for me, I used to be a very emotional person. And I probably still am, because I have that trait. I'm emotional before I'm logical.
You make it sound like it's bad.
Yeah, and again, that's the one I want to get to. At the very beginning, when I first heard that I was more emotional than I am logical, because I'm impulsive about doing things, I viewed it as such a negative thing. And growing up, or what I've been told in the past, like, oh, you're emotional, man. You're too emotional. Why are you acting with emotions? To an extent, yes, it's bad. But being consistently told that it's a bad thing could start swaying your mind into believing that, and that's what I believed. And so I consistently tried to become more logical, to take a step back, and to look at everything, and to think but never act. And so there's a balance between the two. I just happen to be a little bit towards the left of being a bit more emotional. But when you can start bringing yourself towards the middle, that's when you can start finding more peace and tranquility, because everything in life has some type of balance. The yin and yang, And so, to me, being emotional is true. But that also makes me passionate. That also makes me have the dedication to get something started, to continue doing something, and to find the meaning behind everything. Especially when I drive, When I see somebody like swerving in front of me, or they cut me off, or they don't turn on their blinker, I can get upset. I really could. Everybody gets upset. People have road rage. I try not to. I take a deep breath and just let it happen. Because it's not that big of a deal. I'm not willing to risk somebody else's life or my life just because I'm angry about something as simple as they didn't turn their blinker on, or they cut me off. I'm not gonna.
You don't want to escalate things where it shouldn't happen.
It's not really needed. Because what happens if I let something like that anger me or ruin my day? I'm gonna let other things start ruining and angering my day. So when you drive, it's just take it slow. It's not that big of a deal. Don't speed up aggressively to cut them off, or to get even or revenge. Because how was I going with this? I'm saying just because you want to do it, because there's no reason to risk your life or that of somebody else's.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it comes to finding that center, like in the middle, me being emotional is definitely a benefit, because I'm passionate about helping others, helping the people around me, or try my best to. Although yes, at times it may be viewed as unethical, I'm definitely coming from a very deep place from my heart. It's like.
So how do you want to be viewed by society? You want to be seen as passionate, right?
I don't care what society views me, as long as I know that I'm being genuine.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's a good one.
It's something that I've been just having certain people in my life that I've noticed of what they do. Just being genuine with people and being trustworthy. I try my hardest to be trustworthy, but again, we all have our flaws, and we're still young and we're still learning. I'm not gonna hold myself up to a high pedestal, because we all make mistakes at some point.
Yeah.
True that. We're all humans.
It's wacky.
At some point, right?
But you also gotta stay disciplined. You can't consistently go back to saying, I'm only human. That's my only one issue. Yeah, we're all
my
human.
issue is your flaw is being human.
It is. It's everybody's
I wish
flaw.
I was a cyborg.
But you also, because you're human, you're also not perfect.
Of course, yeah.
So, you can't.
Well, we're not all perfect, but why shouldn't we strive for perfection? On our own individual level.
Okay. Individually,
not,
yes.
Holding other people to that expectation. You should never hold anybody else up to that high expectation unless you believe they have that potential. Because you don't want, not want to believe in people. You should definitely have the idea of wanting to reach perfection, and when you do make mistakes, not sit back and say, well, that's it. You can't quit. Like, even if you want to go to the gym, you haven't stopped. Let's say you go to the gym, right? You haven't failed until you completely stop going. If you go and then you stop going for 1 week, great, fine. Get back to the gym the next day. Just get back into it. Start that routine. Doesn't matter how many times, you have to fail and not going to the gym every single day or every 6 days of the week, 5 days of the week, however hard you want to go. But just go. Don't quit. There's no reason to quit. You are not a quitter. You can make a bunch of failures as long as you just don't quit. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That was like...
Talking straight to you from your soul.
Yeah.
I gotta hit the gym.
I know. He's like, yeah, I feel bad.
Let's just go to the gym. It's the same way that we invest in like the stock market. Going to the gym is like investing in your future medical bills.
Oh yeah.
It really is, honestly.
I mean, yeah, you're basically investing in like health.
Yeah. I was thinking about it. Okay. You know those kids that play Fortnite?
Yeah.
Okay. Think of those kids, right? Think of what they're eating. They're eating like hot dogs and pizza, okay? But imagine if they're eating like omega-3 and they're like doing some type of cardio workout. They could have blood rushing through their fingers and through their brain, better eye to hand coordination, be like the optimal machines, just winning all the time.
I mean, have you seen the tournaments for Fortnite?
And like Fortnite, Halo, like just any game in particular, Fortnite, Halo Wars, and just like all these different games. If you look at like the championship, they're young kids. The reason they're young kids is because it's this psychological thing with children where they're able to pick up things faster in learning than us as adults. Like the first MLG, mostly gamer, right?
That Major League Gaming.
It was this kid playing NBA.
Really?
He was just like exceptionally well at it.
2K?
2K. Yeah. When the first one came out. He was just really good. He was like the youngest MLG player. And it's because they're able to pick these things up. And when you have little kids beating these like 20-year-olds at Fortnite or something, like the reason being is kids are able to learn and adapt way faster than we are because their minds are still learning.
That's true.
So that's why some of these kids are able to learn like 5 languages.
That's what I want to do, but since like I'm already
old,
it's gonna be harder for me.
It's a dry sponge.
It's definitely.
Speaking of health, though.
Oh yeah. That's how you set it up. Mine's overlay.
It doesn't matter as long as it's in front of the mic. It should be fine.
Just bring a fist to your face. A fist to your face. Just a fist to your face. What is this, Joe Rogan?
But Apple came out with a new program that's going to come out at the end of the year.
What is it?
So, remember those discs that you would put into like an Xbox or a DVD drive?
Oh.
And then it would play on the TV and it's exercise. And then people would like exercise in front of the TV.
Mm-hmm.
They're releasing a streaming service for that now. So,
what? Really?
And it pairs with your watch, like their Apple Watch. And it tracks everything, like your like
oh my
blood
God.
up 2 cents, your oxygen in your blood and your time and your calories, and it's just all synced to your TV.
And then you also put in your pre-medical conditions, and then you also put in your insurance numbers, and then that information gets sent to insurance companies, and then they're able to discriminate against you. It's great.
But yeah, they came with that service. I
That's
think it's pretty
intense.
cool, but I don't know. I think it's kind of expensive.
It's expensive. How much is it?
I think so. It's $30 a month.
For the exercising?
Yeah, for all the videos.
Well, it's kind of like if you're going to the gym.
Yeah.
Do they have like a live Zoom call?
No. It's just like pre-recorded videos.
Every single day?
Yeah, they come out with new. I'm not sure what their frequency is, but they do come out with new videos for sure.
So CrossFit, like the whole community of the CrossFit community already does something like this, where they send out something called a WOD, and you look it up, and there's always a WOD, and the wad signifying the workout of the day. And that's set up, and it's like, do as many burpees as you can in 2 minutes. Do as many air squats, as you can do in a certain amount of times. And what's interesting about CrossFit is it's probably going to correlate with what Apple's trying to do, because that's all CrossFit is. It's like body weight calisthenics and, you know, whatever weights they have, like medicine balls, yoga, and pull-up bars. You know, it's definitely, I'm pretty sure it's going to be there in the Apple.
And you kind of, like, I guess if you want to get the full service, you're going to have to also invest in an Apple Watch.
An Apple Watch?
And they're kind of pricey. Like,
200.
They actually came out with 2 Apple Watches, though.
Really?
They came out with an Apple Watch SE and the 6.
I'm assuming the SE is like the more affordable one?
Yeah.
Just like the iPhone SE that they came out, which is like $400.
Yeah. The Apple Watch, though, the SE, it's $279. But it's still pricey, but I don't know. You still have to invest in that to get the full
experience
for that exercise.
So, is the Apple Watch SE kind of like the Apple SE that came out recently, where they took the body of the iPhone 8 and all they did was take the processing power from the chip of the iPhone 11 and just put it into the iPhone 8?
Yeah, so like, to me it looks like it has almost all the features of the Apple Watch 6, but I'm not sure what they took out of it, like, to make it cheaper. I didn't really pay attention because it was like a live stream.
If you're watching this on iPhone, if we were to look at the small ridges, like the small ridges on the side of the iPhone that you're not able to touch, it's cheaper to have your phone made without the entire front of the camera, the entire front of the phone, instead of all of it being touchscreen. It's cheaper to have those little black or white widgets on the side, and that's how they made the iPhone SE $400 instead of
I think they made the iPhone SE cheap because it's not a full.
It's not full screen. It's not all touchscreen.
Yeah, it's not like an all screen.
And the iPhone SE has the camera power of an iPhone 8. Yeah. It's pretty much an iPhone 8 with just the 11, the power of the 11.
Yeah.
Camera's the same, audio's the same, everything is the same. But it's pretty decent for $400.
Well, this is where I go.
See you later.
Yeah.
This conversation got nerdy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian.
But for the Apple coming out.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we'll probably be editing. We'll be ending the podcast soon.
Yeah, I need to go finish doing my nails and get ready for the commercial.
Oh yeah.
I'll be famous.
For work.
Oh yeah, you
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be an awesome background person.
You want to take that chair to the kitchen? No, you're gonna give me
the old
look
not
of
my problem.
Not my problem. So, getting back to the Nikola Tesla thing. I made a reference to it earlier, and it was an inside joke. And the reason it was funny. Oh, I gotta rip one out, man. I can't hold this one in. I gotta hold it in. Okay. Anyways, so.
Oh no.
So, this is kind of interesting, right? So if you, by any means, Nikola is pretty much a competitor of Tesla's model electric cars, right? Nikola was presented as a competitor for them.
Really though? Because Tesla is really big.
Tesla's really good, yeah. And so Nikola was viewed as a competitor, but clearly now it isn't because of the controversy that happened lately. They pretty much had pieces from the Nikola car that were straight made from other companies, but they claimed were theirs.
They're like in-house made type.
In-house made, yeah, that's what they claimed. But then you see pictures coming out of certain pieces of the car covered in tape, pretty much hiding these facts from their investors. And they came out with a video, if you want to look it up, of one of their Nikola cars.
Wasn't it the truck?
It was a truck, yeah. It was driving. It was an advertisement of it driving, quote unquote.
Yeah.
The car was actually being pushed down a hill by force. By gravity. By just gravity. And the claim that they made was saying that the car was never actually gonna drive. And it's like, technically, it's still driving. Well, what's the definition of driving? Technically the truth.
But like, not really.
But not really. So what's the definition of driving? It's an object that's able to propulse itself. Propulsion.
Yeah.
To have its own self-propulsion and being able to move itself. But that's not really what they're that's not what driving is, Nicola. Well, that's what driving is. Pushing it down a damn hill and putting it in neutral isn't. And so there's an article maker. What are they called? News people? Authors?
Yeah.
So an organization is like, I don't know, whatever. They made a joke saying this thing shouldn't be called Nikola because Nikola Tesla, right? It should be called Newton. Because once an object is put into motion, I don't know what it is. You want to say it?
When something's in motion, I don't fucking remember.
Once an object
is in motion, it wants to stay in motion.
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate. Until there's a force that causes it not to.
Mm-hmm. Until, yeah.
Nikola. Yeah, no, that was,
anyway, high school.
But it's showing that when you invest in these certain things, because the stock of this company went extremely high. There's some shady stuff out there. You gotta watch what you do. Yeah.
And they lost. I'm guessing a lot of their stock.
A lot of their stock dropped 25%.
That could be people's lives right there. All their savings.
No, because if they're gambling it into something like just a single Tesla stock option, or a Tesla. We'll probably be talking a couple of stock like nerdy stock stuff or just nerdy tech stuff after Carla's left the room. So if anybody wants to consider listening past we'll call the beginning of the portion Carla talk, and then the rest just nerds.
Yeah.
We can't even call ourselves nerds because we don't know what the first law of Isaac Newton's.
You don't even know if it's the first law.
It could be the third law we care about.
Damn. They really gave me a brain fart.
This is definitely a brain fart.
Yeah.
So
I totally forgot.
We got started. So tonight, it was interesting because we went out to go pick up some furniture. Me and Brian, we're just got out of work. We got out of what we do throughout the day, and I called Brian and we say, "Hey, we gotta, you down to go get some furniture?" And I know my boy Brian's always down and ready, and that's what brotherhood is. It's like getting through anything, getting through any situation, and just getting the job done. And we definitely had some challenges just getting through the night to have like this podcast up. We had to take a minute to set up my room here, and to
unload stuff.
And we looked at the furniture of the back of your car, and we had a small conversation. If you wanna pretty much like summarize what we were talking about. But just sitting there and looking at the furniture in the back of your car.
Oh, that it was like, just the efficiency is not there. What part were you trying to mention?
Just having to get it done.
Oh, yeah. So, we were just looking at it, when you're kind of lazy and just tired of it, just at the end of the night, basically trying to wind down, you just look at a pile that you just gotta get done, and you just can't ignore it anymore. You just gotta get it done. You just gotta remove it all and have it ready, because it's always gonna be there. You just can't leave it there. So you just look at it and just say, before we left, or even when we left, just as we left, we just basically signed ourselves up for this, because we just, at the end of the day, we just had to remove it. So we set ourselves up and we got it done.
We just got it done.
Yeah.
It was when I sent you the text, hey, can you come help us? What were you thinking?
I was like, what, I wonder what we're doing. Because I usually just said furniture, and I was just like, okay.
Roger, let's do it.
Yeah, let me just put on the, I guess the comfiest clothes that I don't care about on, and just, let's roll.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
And so, he gets here, he has no idea what we're doing. I obviously know that he's going to drive over here, because he has his car and I have mine. And he gets a couple more details when he gets here. He says, I tell him, we're going to go get some furniture. Your face doesn't even change. You're just like, all right. Just, that's it. Like, it was going to be something. What do you keep walking back and forth? Anyways, so the second that we left the parking lot to go over there to pick up some furniture, there was no turning back. We had to get that done because somebody else, Carla, she asked me, and then I took it on to you to help her with furniture. And we were going to do this yesterday, but there were some complications, and we couldn't do it yesterday because of the lack of space I had in my car. Mm-hmm. And so I got here, it was after a long day. It's a long day of going to the gym and doing a bunch of other tasks to get ready for the week, because it's my weekend, right? There's never a break. The weekend isn't a break. It's just a day to have a setup throughout the week so that everything stays calm, cool, and a routine. I get home and I'm like, okay, I can finally chill out, relax and shower and have the podcast and everything will be smooth. I forgot that I had to take care, that I promised my sister to take care of the furniture. And she asks me, are you going to go get the furniture? That hit me like a train. I was ready to cool down. And I was like, no. It took me a second to calm down, to displace myself and be like, is this going to be beneficial to you? Can you just go get this done? And I was like, yeah, I can. I just, after a long day, whatever excuse I want to come up with. But I promised her that I was going to get it done.
See, when you promise, you basically signed yourself up right there.
Yeah, and when you want to be viewed as someone who people can come to for anything, you got to be that person that people can come for anything. Just getting the job done. And so I told her, okay, let's get it done. Sorry for, coming off, just saying no. So I called you up. We got it done. We got it done tonight. There's still some more that we have to do tomorrow. Yeah. If you want to help, I'd appreciate it. But when we drove off, we committed to the idea. We came home. We had the stuff in the truck, and then I looked over at Brian, and I told him, just wait a minute before we unload this. Look at that thing. And it was all the furniture in the back of his car. And I told him, this is a situation where we can't hold this off. We can't let this sit here for tomorrow. We have to get this done. Yeah. It's one of those situations where you get that mentality where it doesn't matter if it hurts, if you're sore, if you're tired, or you just pissed your pants. We're just going to get this done, and then we're going to go start the podcast. That's exactly what we did. Whether this podcast is good or not, we did it. You know, we definitely put in the effort in staying awake. We didn't have coffee before we started.
You forgot you didn't have coffee?
We didn't have any coffee. I had the teapot running. Everything's set.
You poured it
in 2 cups. I was like, hey, man, maybe not too much coffee because we have to go to sleep. Half a cup. There's no coffee. I suggest, let's buy 2 limes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's buy limes. I don't know why you said no. You should have just been to the limes, man.
I'm good. I'm not a lime person.
Unless I'm with tacos. Neither am I. But I've been into it to stay awake. And that's why at the very beginning of this podcast, I had 2 limes. Because if there's a will, there's definitely a way. And that is something that I learned and am continuing to learn throughout, this experience of life.
Procrastination is crazy.
That's definitely.
That was a really bad mindset that I had in high school. Procrastination.
Yeah.
I'm doing better though.
Now definitely, yeah. When you have to worry about getting a job, getting a credit card, getting bank setup, savings, checkings, it's literally just starting. And that's exactly what we did with this podcast. The fact that we were able to continue on and talk for an hour and 12 minutes now.
Oh yeah.
And that's so if you're hearing our voices and the screen's gone black, the recording of the camera stopped, but you can still hear us on audio.
Yeah.
That's just another adversity. It's just something else we have to keep into consideration next time. One adversity after the other. If it's not us, it's things surrounding us. So we'll be better prepared next time.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna see what I can do with the camera. Is it still going?
I don't think so. No, it's not. There's 0 at the bottom.
Insufficient storage space. Cool.
How many gigs is that? 64?
Yeah. I had to transfer some data. I had not transferred any data, so everything that we've recorded is still on that SD card. So transfer and delete. Yeah. So procrastination.
Procrastination is hell of a drug. It's not a drug, but
it's like it. It feels so good.
Yeah,
to procrastinate.
Like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Not doing that today or tomorrow.
But here's the thing. I always feel guilty when I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Like it's like, let's say, I was gonna hop on a game to play with someone, but then I don't. Because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I kind of I was like, oh yeah, I'll play with you or whatever. And
yeah.
I feel messed up. Or even like, if I was supposed to help someone, I feel bad if I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's also kind of goes into like the mindset, or not mindset, but like when we were getting the furniture.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to procrastinate that because then it's just there.
It's like you're very selfless when it comes to prioritizing other people. And so I appreciate you for everything that you've done. And if there's anything that I've done, to assist or I could help, I'm all open. Definitely let me know. Huh?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I'm usually like one of the first people that you contact.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
It's definitely
because
like a brotherhood that we two have.
Yeah.
Because we've been through a significant amount.
Yeah.
That's me and Brian. and becoming adults, especially, it's like we both had adversities, and we don't want to say that these adversities have held us back from being able to progress, or have held us back from anything. We don't want to use them as excuses or anything, because we definitely wouldn't be here having this podcast if it was for excuses.
Oh yeah,
we could definitely be sleeping or taking a bath right now.
Yeah, sleeping and taking a bath, that's true.
That sounds good right now.
Yeah, but
this is something we wanted to do.
Yeah, we go in early tomorrow, but you know what?
Work is important. It definitely is. It's nice to have a steady flow of income, but that's not where we want all of our attention to. No.
But I mean, you also gotta have time for yourself. It's kind of also why we're doing this podcast, though, right? Because we just kind of enjoy talking about topics and just hanging out.
Well, yeah. For me, personally, the reason I wanted to start the podcast. Just start calling it the podcast. The podcast. I feel like there's something missing between not having a strong mentor or a strong leader with so many difficult things within our life. And if there's anybody that I can reach with my words, because it definitely pains me to see people fail. It definitely pains me to feel or to see somebody give into hatred or fear. Because if I have the opportunity to help the people around me, to bring them up, to do anything positive, I definitely want to be there to help. Because I feel like we're told a lot to have one mentality in growing up, or to face any challenge, but there isn't. I give a different perspective. And I hope someone picks something up that I say that is beneficial, because people lack mentors. People lack.
And we always gotta help each other.
Helping each other, yeah. Not I don't mean to be like a mentor is like if I'm some sort of saint. No, that definitely not. I don't. I say that I want to be a mentor, but no, not looking at it in like retrospect. I'm still learning, and I know some pretty good people out there.
Yeah, we're all definitely learning. We're not that old.
Yeah, we're not.
Still young. So.
Yeah, but we're definitely. I can't say that we are something, because we don't know what we are. We would have to hear what we are from somebody else's perspective without it being subjective. Or just have a bunch of people on here.
Yeah.
Start interviewing people.
Get some guests.
Yeah. Further down the line, we'll see who we can interview next. I wonder when that will be.
Yeah. I mean, we can see what we can do about the setup. Make it more efficient as well.
You don't like my setup?
No, it's great.
It's pretty good, but having to move my bed to work out it.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The fan's not even directed. Is it hitting you?
I feel like a gust of wind.
But it's not hitting you directly.
I mean, I feel it. It's nice.
That's not hitting me at all.
No?
No. It doesn't matter. Oh, did you maybe want to put on your mic thing? Because there's air?
No. Not for me. I don't need it.
Okay.
It's not even facing the... It's fine.
Yeah, my fan's crooked.
I just don't want it to blow over here so that my eyes don't get dry or something.
This is the first one?
Yeah, this is definitely the first one. It's like official, I guess.
And we hope that this opens up opportunities. We definitely want to use it to better our social skills, receive criticism in the way that I talk, the way that I communicate, because I want to be able to develop better communication skills, because definitely didn't have it growing up.
No.
And
it kind of sucks because, like, when you're little and you try to, like, you know, communicate with an adult, they kind of don't take you serious.
Yeah.
So, like, any questions as well would be nice.
Yeah.
Because some people don't like answering questions. Or just don't care.
I just think it's a lot of lack of caring.
Yeah. I guess we could call those people like
the people that consistently say, "I don't give up."
Well, yeah, but
I think it has something to do with that.
It's not bad either.
Again, it's just the balance. Yeah. It's just the balance between the two. You got to find that balance between giving a fudge.
Oh frick!
Oh frick! Fracking fire truck. You know, definitely giving a damn, and not giving one.
Yeah.
Because being able to stand up for yourself is definitely something that should be prominent within being a person to fight what you believe is right. But at the same time, being able to care and have empathetic and selfless ideas to see what's actually beneficial. It's just the balance of everything. And
life is hard.
Life's hard, man. You know, it's consistently having to find a balance. Yin and yang, man, I think sucks.
Yeah.
It'd be so much easier if we could just procrastinate. Because you're told it's okay to relax. It's okay to be calm.
But then when you do that, you just feel like you want to keep doing it.
You just keep doing it.
Fall into this, like,
abyss. You fall into an abyss of just always relaxing and calming down. Yeah. There's no reason to take chances. Just calm down. You know, and that's what you hear. And that's what I hear a lot, you know. Because I'm very extreme when it comes to saving my money. Very extreme when it comes to buying things. And extreme when it comes to...
But I almost feel like it's too extreme.
No, yeah, that's what extreme is.
Yeah. But, like, because, you know, we don't have any, I guess, bills to pay. You know, so...
We kind of do.
Well, yeah, we do, but, like, they're not, like...
Bills.
Huh?
We have bills.
Okay. Well, like... Alright, take it back.
Okay, so we have bills, but we don't have bills that can't be paid that would negatively hurt us significantly. So like a mortgage, or if we're to miss a payment on debt. Like, we're not that integrated in having those types of bills that if we don't pay, we're screwed. But there are people out there who do.
Yeah.
And it's hard to come back from that. And so...
See, you gotta enjoy life just a little bit sometimes. Because, you know, if you just keep working, you're just gonna work yourself to death and not have any fun for yourself.
Yeah, and I see your point, but imagine consistently being told that. And imagine consistently giving in to always having fun. I think
well, see, that's where you have to manage. That's where, like, you know, let's say, oh, well, you know, let's say, for example, I want to get this, I don't know, shoes.
Yeah.
You know, you want to get some shoes and they're like $60.
Oof.
But you're like...
That hurt my soul.
Like,
last time I bought a pair of shoes were those red Adidas, $30. Working forever. They were on sale too.
Yeah. And, but... You kind of have to ask yourself sometimes, you know, I haven't gotten a pair of shoes in a while, or I haven't splurged on myself, you know, in a while, or I've been doing good financially.
Mm-hmm.
You can just be like, oh, I can treat myself just for these shoes.
So you're not
wrong.
It's
not gonna hurt you.
You're not wrong. But the way that I function is, if I give in at any angle, it's going to snowball. Because I have such a difficulty with being disciplined. Which is the reason that I used to weigh 260 pounds. Because I wasn't disciplined. I'd eat and then I wouldn't stop eating.
Yeah.
So some people it could work. Some people it can't. For me, I've seen it works being extreme. Because I do have points where I start pulling back. And it gets bad. but then I get back onto it because I've built this mentality.
So you don't trust yourself?
I don't.
Okay.
And again, it's a difference because for every person, it is different. And I can respect that. And I don't try to push it on anybody. I used to. I used to be like, hey, man, you shouldn't be eating that. Or, hey, man. Because I truly did care. Mm. And I'd come from a loving point of view because I would care for that person. But now knowing that people don't want that because it ruined relationships, I definitely take it a dial back. But the people that were open to it, I go in. I'll let them know. If they want to push, then I'll push. If they want to not push, then I'm just going to dial it back. Yeah. Let's go to the gym tomorrow.
I mean, let's see if I can wake up.
No, you're going to wake up. You got to wake up at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
10:47 a.m.
To get... Wake up at 6?
To wake up at 6.
Or wake up
going to work at 6.
Okay, going to work. Okay. I'm going to have to sleep because I'm a deep sleeper. And I already have a really bad... See, I'm already falling into it, right? But, like... I value my sleep a lot. Cause then...
I hate sleep.
Yeah, I know that.
I get my 8 hours of sleep, which makes me sound pampered. I usually get six hours of sleep because that's usually like my to go to. We don't need that much sleep. It's good that you do. You need a sufficient bare minimum amount of sleep.
I mean, well, now that we're young, we kind of need the sleep because then later in life, we're not gonna. Let's say, for example, we're not gonna be able to have the luxury of sleeping as well as we do now. You know,
mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of issues with people sleeping, and they get horrible sleep, and they wish they could sleep. And I feel like we should take advantage of that.
I don't like the idea of spending 1/3 of your entire life sleeping.
Yeah.
I despise it.
I don't think no one does. I don't think they want to know that,
Yeah.
But like, you just gotta, because we're gonna feel like poo poo if we don't sleep. And that, I guess, if we don't get sleep, we don't get the motivation either, because we just feel like tired all the time.
Well, that's the difference between motivation and like discipline.
Yeah.
Discipline is this idea of doing what you hate, loving what you hate. The thing is that after a while, it's true. When I first started going to the gym, I hated it because being a large guy, it was hard going to the gym. And seeing everybody else, they're all bulky and stuff, and that came down to...
You want to be all buff and fit without doing the actual work.
No. It was hard for me to do some of the workouts because my chunkiness would jiggle. And yeah, so it was a lot of it's very intimidating. And I hate...
And you also kind of feel like self-conscious too.
Extremely self-conscious. But at some point, you gotta know the psychology of people is they're so focused on themselves, they don't even notice you. Yeah. Think about it. You're so focused on you. What makes you think everybody else isn't so focused on themselves? And that's honestly what got me through going to the gym consistently. Knowing that person that looks super good, clothes-wise, they have the tank top, the nice shoes, nice gym short, nice, like, I don't know, I'm imagining like this tall buff dude, but they put an effort into their outfit. They're gonna make sure that their outfit looks good throughout the entire workshop. So they're looking at themselves in the mirror. They're looking at everybody else look at them. Yeah. That's why I usually just walk in with a big bright shirt. I have a big Nike shirt that I just put on some gym shorts, and I go for it. I don't care what everybody else is looking at. I mean, yeah, sometimes there's one day. There's some days where I'll have my muscle shirt, but I wouldn't what is it? Yeah, my muscle shirt.
Yeah, like a tank top.
Tank top, yeah. I'd have a tank top, but I have a hoodie on because I'm sweating in the gym, and then when it gets super hot under the hoodie, I need to like physically let my body cool down, because.
Do you wear a hoodie to make you swim more?
Sometimes I go on mile runs with 2 hoodies on. Haven't done that in a while.
When was the last time you've done
it? I think like 2 months ago. But that's just because I've been changing up my workout routine. I do a...
Yeah, at least you go to the gym. I'm not going to the gym, so...
Well, just do it. It's good.
Yeah.
Just implement it. Stay disciplined. Just keep the routine. This is the... What's tomorrow? It's Wednesday?
Yeah.
You know what's weird is...
Oh, actually, no. It's Tuesday.
Tomorrow's Tuesday?
No, today is Tuesday.
Oh.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Oh. Okay. All right. Let's go to the gym tomorrow. Wake your ass up at 6 a.m.
Ooh.
It starts somewhere.
Yeah.
Because I remember I would wait an entire week before going back to the gym because I was waiting for the perfect day to land on to do a certain exercise. So
you see, the reason I haven't been going to the gym though is because like I don't want it to be packed. You know, obviously.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
You know, because the last time I went, they were really packed.
What time did you go?
It was like 5:30.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because you're going. If you're going and you're a little lazy when it comes to going to the gym, you know who else is a little lazy going to the gym?
Everyone.
Everybody else. You gotta.
Well, here's the thing. It's because I was getting off of work.
Exactly. Everybody else is getting off at work at 5. I thought about it, and I remember one time, I missed my. I went home and I fell asleep, and I went at 5. It was packed. This is not the move. So from then on, I just continuously went right after work.
And that was like at 2.
Right,
or like 2:30.
2 p.m. 2 p.m. Yeah, because I got out of work at 2, and so right after work, just go at 2, because that's what no one else is doing that.
And then you say you hate sleep and you get home and take a nap.
Yeah, that's my issue. That's why I hate myself. Why did I started developing a voice where I sound like a chain smoker? Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because the voices are trying to.
Yeah, I think so.
That's why I keep sipping water.
I think it right now. Oh no, I still have some. Oh, see, like now I sound better. A lot of what I've learned, and the way I apply it to my life definitely comes from specific people that just started it. And then I started looking into it. So a couple of people that come up to mind, pretty basic, like Jocko Willink. When I first saw his podcasts, it shifted everything that I viewed of the world.
Yeah.
And his resources, like what he provides on his podcasts, it's definitely something.
It had an impact on me.
It's massive impact on me. Another person is, Joe Rogan. Yeah. His perspective on keeping his mind open, asking questions, and being skeptical is definitely something that I've applied. And these are like all YouTubers. So if you ever want to, if anybody wants to go look them up, go ahead. I'll probably link like their YouTube channel in the link. Graham Stephan, definitely one that I've contributed a lot of what my finances look like now. It's just a big fat step in the door of the financial world and what's capable at our age. Yeah. Definitely like investing, saving, financial education. He actually sent me a message on Instagram. Really? He sells he was just asking like what I do and what my goals are for the next 10 years, and it wasn't anything too spectacular of a conversation. It was interesting. It was just talking to another person, but he's like he's cool. I like his videos.
And how did you get him to message you?
I just sent him a message saying, what did I say? I don't remember. I legit do not remember. If I see, I'll probably bring it up on the next podcast, but even then. There's a lot of resources out there now with the internet.
Yeah. And there's endless resources because now you can just look up anything.
Mm-hmm. And now it's like, how useful is a PhD? Right? I got Google. Well, it's pretty freaking significant when you can't do heart surgery over Zoom.
No. I can't see it, teacher. It looks like it's 144p. I just see pixels.
I see. Is that your hand or an organ? You end up finding out that the guy accidentally surgically added a box of cigarettes to the guy's heart. Tabasco. Starts sounding like he smokes 12 packs a day.
Right. Smoking's bad. Don't smoke. And it's so pricey too. Smoking.
Why is smoking bad, Brian?
Why is smoking bad? Because it causes cancer.
Nah.
It's just so expensive.
Yeah, but think about it. The sell-off, you're calm and relaxed, you get things done. I mean, you get cancer. It's an investment. I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
Yeah, I know.
Just start smoking. You'll save money. You don't want to eat.
See, you'll save money because you won't live as long.
Oh my god. Okay, no, I don't want to play devil's advocate. That's not even funny. What is it? Okay.
Have you seen how much like cigarettes cost them?
Mm-mm.
No, they're like between $5 and $7 a pack.
A pack?
Yeah.
And some people smoke a pack a day.
Yeah. Or like they smoke multiple packs a day.
How is that not illegal?
Because the tobacco industry is just so big.
Too big to fail. I'm Bernie Sanders.
That's
goddamn 1%.
Yeah, they're really big. That's what she said.
Oh god. Here we go.
But yeah, no, for real, they're expensive. People buy packs a day.
It's an addiction.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it is an addiction because it has nicotine.
We're gonna have I can't even say this because vape pens come out. And they're addictive too.
Yeah.
I was about to see that.
And they were targeted to teens.
To children. Children. Okay, bubblegum flavor? Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay, teenagers. Yeah.
Mango? Come on.
Come on. Mango Crush. Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and I don't know where I found it, but someone said that like a Juul representative came to their school and was like telling them that it's pretty bad. I'm not sure, like I can't remember like the full like post, but they said that once the teacher left, they would just kind of like switched it up and just kind of said, "Oh yeah, Juul's not that bad."
It's not that bad. Oh god.
But yeah, I can't remember like the full thing, so I can't like say like exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just kind of the gist of it.
Well, being able to look it up and have like legit information, but because I like the idea of information being sent out, but I just don't like information not being backed up. But hearing something like that sounds awful. And so I was gonna say earlier, there's gonna be a generational shift. People aren't gonna be smoking tobacco as much. We're gonna have
There's vapes.
And then now there's vapes.
Everywhere.
One chance.
It is crazy because vapes are supposed to be like the safer alternative. Yeah. To quit smoking, and they just took off. And they're on the
I give them props for changing with the times.
Right. Welcome to the 21st century,
where vape pens are lit. Tech is lit.
Not as lit as cigarettes.
You're lame.
Yeah.
But cigarettes are. I was about to say, man, cigarettes are disgusting. How do people put advertising?
Yeah. I haven't seen advertising though, like on TV
for vapes.
No.
Cigarettes.
No.
Well, not
I've just seen
lately.
billboards.
Not as of lately, but like
I don't think
past generations. Like what's happened in the past. They advertise it as something that's sexy, something that is attractive, something that will make you feel like a man, right?
Yeah.
And so
something that makes you look cool.
Makes you look cool. Vape's freaking cool. When you see those videos on like TikTok, Instagram, or whatever, of those people blowing the smoke onto the table and then they do a little tornado.
The twist.
That's cool. That's expensive your lungs. Lungs are cool. I like to keep mine. Sucks how I have asthma though, but that hasn't stopped me from going to the gym. Brian, what's your excuse?
If not going to the gym?
Not going to the gym.
I must just say a really bad sleeping schedule, honestly. I'm
nice.
just super lazy. I just want to go to bed. I just have no motivation.
You don't need motivation. You need discipline.
I don't know. I'll fix it. I'm trying to fix it. I'm going to work on it.
Just for me, even though I don't have to, even on the weekends, I consistently wake the yawning effect. You just yawned. 5:30 a.m. is usually when I wake up every day.
5:30
a.m. Yeah.
Do you not shower before you go to work?
So 5:30. No, I shower every night.
Every other 3 days.
Every night I shower. Yeah. Stop sending false information. They're turning the freaking frogs gay. What's his name? Alex Jones. I'm pretty good at impersonations.
What about
so I'll get into that in a bit. But no, I shower. Every night.
Why are you stuttering?
You put me on the spot. You're looking at me, and everybody's gonna know now that I don't shower. I shower, Brian. Are you gonna have to be there? Oh. I don't even want to ask that question. Never mind.
No. Just shoot me the time, and I'll be here.
No, Brian. So I usually shower
at night. You bringing it up though? You get it. You shower.
I shower, man. And then I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. Every single day, because I like waking up early. At the same time, the stock market opens up at 6, so I have 30 minutes prior to it to see the movement and to see what's up.
Yeah.
And 5:30 in general is just a good time.
Yeah, it's not too early, and I feel like it's not too late. Well, 5:30 is really early, but also some people think that 8 is really early. But
yeah,
for let's just say for the world, 5:30 is pretty good.
Yeah. Jocko Willink does this thing where he posts a picture of him waking up every day on Instagram at 4:30 in the morning.
Why?
To I think I don't know what the reason behind it is, but it's pretty badass. Let's think about it. Every single day, 4:30 in the morning, and then right after that, he goes straight to the gym. He works out. That's motivational. Like if he can do it, something as simple as waking up, why can't you do it? maybe your life start changing slowly. I mean, when you
look trying to put me on the spot.
You're putting me on the spot with the shower.
See, okay, so if people can shower every day, why don't you do it?
I shower every day, Brian. Okay, there's some exceptions, but then I shower in the morning. Okay, Brian, there's gonna be information out there, and people are gonna give me. They're gonna come up to me and say, "You don't shower, man." Thanks, I appreciate it.
You
I need a shower after this.
Yeah. When was the last time you showered?
Yesterday.
Okay.
And I took one in
the morning. Keep it up.
Thanks. That's how I stay disciplined. That's my gym. So we're at the now we're in 46 minutes. I'm probably gonna start wrapping this up sooner or later. What were we talking about? Jocko Willink. Whoa, I have a bump on my head. Uh-oh.
You got a big ass forehead.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
She gonna put me on blast like that? It's getting hard to breathe in here. The only circulation of wind is that thing, and every time we breathe out, it's just more carbon. And just no flow of air in here. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna knock. Can't finish the sentence. Already knocked out. We should just open the window. But then freaking the flies get in. Turn the freaking flies. Can't say. I don't know if it's offensive or not. What have you experienced? I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah. What do you want to talk about? How do you keep your hair looking like that?
Like what? I don't know. I just keep it short.
Short?
Put some little bit of pomade in.
I have a
is that bump?
Yeah, it kind of hurts. Kind of.
Probably like a zit or something.
Probably. Yeah.
But anyways,
it's a big fly.
it's chonky.
It's a horseshoe fly.
Yeah.
Those things bite. They don't wake up with like bug bites in the morning.
But let's talk about how Apple kind of screwed over the people who bought the iPad Pro.
What happened with that?
So today they announced their new products.
Now there's 3 of them.
Is there?
There's 3 flies. There's 3 flies. Okay. Anyways, go on.
So they came out with new products or like new updates for their products, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then they had the Apple Watch, which we talked about earlier, and then they came out with 2 new refreshes of their iPads, right? There's the iPad 6th generation. I'm not too sure. Or 8th.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many of them. But they also have the iPad Air, right? And that's a new refresh too. So the reason you would buy an iPad Pro, right, for like it was like $8.99 or something like that. It was really expensive. The reason you would buy that is because it had the whole it had a full screen, right, like edge to edge screen, and it was really fast, and it had all these gizmos, right?
Mm.
All these things that
and that's just
justify.
That's just something people seek for. Is anything that's new on the iPad, that's understandable by most people.
Yeah.
And so if an iPhone came out saying it has a super strong CPU, really good.
I mean, that's what they do.
Retina anyway. It has better megapixels. For me, that's gonna fly over my head. What I'm asking is there another camera on there? There better be 5. So, go on.
So with the iPad Pro, right?
Yeah.
It had a whole bunch of things that you would deem as top of the line, their flagship, right? Their most expensive iPad.
Yeah.
But with the new iPad Air,
I saw it slowly come down.
But with the new iPad Air, it's not only cheaper, but like basically has almost the exact same features as iPad Pro.
And so you see that consistently with like technology just coming out, where it's just we're getting so close. We're getting to a point in technology where we can't progress it no more. No. Or if they are, they're being cheap about it.
There's like there's a law where like it's really technology has advanced so fast. It's like exponential, right?
Yeah, it's like 2 to quadruple, double times every year.
Yeah, so like we've kind of gotten to that point where like technology is kind of like slowing down and like updates every year, but we still get pretty good upgrades.
Yeah, but
not like, and they're not like significant to I guess buy one every year, right? But with this iPad, the only thing that this iPad Pro that's cheaper than this iPad Air that's cheaper than the iPad Pro is that it doesn't have 120 hertz.
And what is hertz?
So hertz is like what the screen can refresh at, right? So, we have 30, 60, 120, 140. We have a bunch of numbers, right? So like the higher it is, the smoother it's going to be. And this iPad Pro has 120, which is smooth, right? Because a whole bunch of devices these days use 60. And it's really noticeable.
So is it like it's like frames per second?
Yeah, but frames per second is different from hertz. Because if you have 165 hertz and you only get 60 frames, your screen's only going to like kind of update at 60. You're only going to get 60.
Can you dumb this down for me?
Basically,
that's what I'm asking.
Basically, you wanna have better frame rate than your hertz.
Okay.
Or you wanna have. You wanna keep. Yeah, you definitely wanna have. Well, you wanna keep them equal.
You wanna have hertz and.
Like. Okay, so like.
I sound so dumb. Okay, you wanna have frames per second.
Frames per second is what your computer can give your monitor, right? Your monitor uses hertz.
Okay.
Right?
I'm not sure if it's because it's 11 p.m.
We didn't get that coffee.
Or there's like low air circulation in here. I'm about to knock
brain cells. But yeah, the only advantage that the iPad Pro has is basically the frame rate.
The frame rates, okay.
Yeah, and then this iPad Air is like $599.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper, and it basically has almost all the features that this iPad Pro has, but it's way more expensive. You only get you're basically paying the premium for just 120 hertz.
So you're just paying for the difference in being hertz, and that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
It's just the hertz.
Yeah.
And so I'm having difficulties understanding what hertz is.
Okay, so hertz.
To your average consumer, that's just gonna go right over the head.
Okay.
So which is probably the reason why people are purchasing it.
So hertz and frame rate are kind of the same thing. They kind of they have they work together, right? So let's say you.
Oh, so
Okay, I'll keep going.
I'm sorry.
So let's say you have 144 hertz screen, right? But you have your computer, your graphics card, right? Whatever's providing, visuals to your monitor. If it's only providing 60, you're only gonna get 60 frames on your screen, right? Because it's not enough to. So hertz is you the amount of pictures it can put in a second, right?
Okay.
So
the way that Disney used to animate was by single drawing.
Yeah.
But with hertz.
So for example, that's a good
analogy.
Yeah. Let's say they did it at 23, 24, right?
Drawings per second.
Yeah. It's gonna look kind of choppy, but you're still gonna enjoy it, right? But if you do 60, it's gonna look smooth.
High definition,
not high definition.
But okay, just smooth. Just looks good. Yeah. It's gonna look
very smooth. So basically, 120 hertz is gonna make it very smooth. It's gonna feel really nice. Yeah, it makes a difference.
So if what is hertz to something like the drawings, right? What do you think the hertz would be like? Like an analogy, like something that gets added on.
Hertz is like, well, that drawing would be like basically FPS, frames per second.
So there's no
hertz is more on the monitor. So like, let's say
so hertz is the capability of the monitor.
Mm-hmm. So like,
and
basically,
so if the monitor can't handle 120 frames per second or 60 frames per second,
well, it has to handle something, right?
Mm.
So like, let's say,
but it gets limited. If the monitor doesn't 120
have is like, let's say something says 120, it's always 120, unless your graphics card cannot. They kind of limit each other, right? So like, let's say you have 120 hertz on your screen. Your graphics card has to either exceed 120 or stay at 120, right? To get the full experience of the smoothness on your screen. So basically, hertz is how many frames your monitor can provide you in terms of smoothness, and FPS is how many frames your graphics card is outputting.
Oh, that makes more sense to me now.
Okay, it took a while.
Yeah,
my bad.
No, I'm just slow. And so, what you're saying is a graphics card provides the frames per second.
Yes.
But if the monitor isn't able to support those frames per second, pretty much like the power of the graphics card, it doesn't even matter.
No. So like, let's say you.
Oh, I thought I had it down.
I guess. Wait, repeat that yourself again.
So, the graphics card.
Uh-huh.
Can run 120 frames per second.
Uh-huh.
The monitor has 120 hertz. If the monitor's hertz is only 60 hertz, the graphics card of 120 is only going to max out at 60.
No. Your graphics card, whether you like, let's say you don't cap it, it's gonna provide as many frames as it can. But you're only gonna see 60 because your monitor can only output
support 60.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Okay, so you're correct.
We got it. Yeah.
So like, let's say you have the other way around, where your monitor is 120 and then you're only outputting 60 FPS. You're only gonna get 60 FPS.
But your monitor is able to sustain more.
Yeah. But your graphics card can now provide that much information.
So this Apple Air.
This iPad Air, does it really matter because it's more of like a computer thing, right? But 120 hertz still does matter, so it's smooth.
So can we just call hertz? Just call them like monitor supporting. What's the full name of hertz?
Hertz.
Oh, it's just okay. Anyways, it's about to be 2 hour.
I am tired.
Talk like
and I'm just kind of
about hertz and frames per second, and I have something I can sleep to.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wrap this up. It's definitely an interesting way of setting this podcast up, because the best next part is bringing it down. We gotta set this up. Gotta bring this down. Gotta take a shower. Gotta take a shower. Is that your toe? Don't touch me.
No, that wasn't me. That was you.
Is that pretzel?
No.
Touching my toe, Brian?
You're the one that moved your toe.
Alright. Well, I guess this is where we ended, Brian.
Yes. Alright, so.
Alright. You know, the way that Joe Rogan ends it, he's like, okay, guys, we're gonna start talking, and then you can still hear a little bit afterwards.